Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big GATAH. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we're covering the ATP Masters, Cincinnati, round 2, day 1. Get into the comments. Let me see what you guys got going on for today. And keep your eyes peeled for the pin comment to see what I'll be playing as well. Been having a pretty decent week so far, so let's hope we carry that on. If you do like the breakdowns of these matches, please give the video a like. It goes a super long way. And if you'd like to get my picks as soon as I upload, you can subscribe. If you're feeling generous for any type of wins you get from this channel, there's a link in the pinned comment. And if you would like to join the community, the free Discord, that link's also in the pinned comment as well. Now, with that being said, we'll be looking like today. Man, we had a 3-leg ticket 3 days ago at this point. It was Zumhor to get a set, Munar to win against Comasanya, and Goffin to win against Baez. David Goffin, no longer trustworthy. He is at 250 and below, better now. If we see him in a challenger, then we might take him, but I'm not. David Goffin did not pass the test, and that's totally fine. We played light on the first round, so it is what it is. I'm not too mad about it. I just wanted to see if it was really going to happen. Is he really going to lose like this again? And he did. He lost terribly. So Munar also couldn't do much against Comasanya. He moves a lot, so, I mean, there's that. So, boo. We had the Certified Smoke, which was Lerner Tien 2-0 set betting. What can I say? When in doubt, go with Tien, especially on the first round. Always dependable, always plus money, always what we need. Shout out to Lerner Tien for getting it done for us. Gotta love the guy. And with that being said, let's hop into today, because there's a few matches we got. And our first match is going to be Casper Ruud going against Arthur Rinderknech. And funny enough, these guys have played each other quite a few times. This will be their 5th head-to-head, and Casper Ruud has won in straight sets in every head-to-head so far. There hasn't been a single set that Rinderknech could get from him, but we saw a lot of upsets yesterday. About 8 upsets, if I'm not mistaken. Bosov already made it. That was crazy. He beat Vukic in straights. That was awesome. But anyway, Casper Ruud is 8-5. Rinderknech is 2-9 on the hard course this season. Going 2-9 and then going against Casper Ruud, who's beaten you 4 times, it should be open and shut. I'm not touching either of these guys anymore, just based on how they've done me recently. So if you guys are looking to play this one, good luck. Casper Ruud should be, like I say, I don't say that someone's going to do it. I think they should. Casper Ruud should win here. But just because of the way things are, I would just go for a fucking set for Rinderknech, just because. Out of spite. But I'm probably going to stay far away from this match. You should too. Next we have Roman Safiullin going against Rune. And these guys have played each other twice before as well. Another straight win for Holger here. He is the only person with wins in their head-to-head, 2-0, with both wins being on the hard court and indoor over the past year. Safiullin has only been able to get 1 set off of Rune, and that was in their most recent head-to-head. But Safiullin has a pretty bad record, right? He's 8-9 on the hard courts. Holger is 11-6. He's 12-7 this season, Safiullin. Holger is 24-15. So there's also that, Holger Rune is in the top 10, going against someone in the top 80. I don't think the Russian gets it done here against the Danishman. The Great Dane should get it done here, but we've seen him a bit iffy. He lost to Popperin, who ended up getting pretty far, so we can't be too mad at that. I would take him for maybe a spread here, a break in each set, minus 3.5 on the game spread. I think I like that the most. We can keep moving on, though. Next, we have Benjamin Bonzi going against We got Ben Bonzi going against Lorenzo Musetti. And Ben Bonzi's been playing pretty good, right? Or am I tripping? Am I tripping? He beat Matteo Arnaldi in 3 sets. Arnaldi's like 37 in the world. He's 63. Now he's going against someone who's number 10. Musetti isn't that great on the hard courts. He hasn't had a great season since like 2021. So we know that much, right? We know that he does way better on the clay, Musetti. And most of his wins on Bonzi have been on the clay, and they were years ago. But the most recent one was in the Australian Open, where he dropped the set to Bonzi, but still won in 2 tie breaks. I would say, like, just out of betting's sake, take Bonzi for a set. It's minus 124. Yeah. Rune is also like minus 122. If you guys are in the UK, I'll give you guys the, or you guys are not in America, I'll give you guys the odds for that and your speak. So Rune is 1.82 and Bonzi is 1.81. So the spread for Rune is that, but Bonzi is not too far off with his set. I would go with Musetti dropping a set, or Arnold or Bonzi winning 2-1. I think Bonzi actually wins this match. Crazy enough to say it, but we haven't seen a great performance from Musetti yet. Coming back onto the hard courts, he lost to Michelsen in 3, and beat Norrie in 3 in DC, but that was it. No, I'm sorry, he lost to those 2 in 3 sets. He only beat James Duckworth. So losing to Cam Norrie and Michelsen, I see that you also could drop a set to Arnaldi. I'm sorry, to Bonzi. That's just my take. I probably won't be touching that match. We'll move on. Next, we have Alex Michelsen going against Corentin Moutet. Another head-to-head where it's been a clear winner. Moutet has beaten him on the grass and the clay in the past year in straight sets. Will he beat him on every surface in the same fashion? Something that I'm looking at right now, that as I can just looking at it. Corentin Moutet won in Monte Carlo on the clay last year 6-1, 6-3. In Mallorca this year, he won 6-4, 7-6. What do you notice here? After every set, Alex Michelsen is getting a bit closer to getting a set off this guy. I would love for this to go to a 3-setter. I absolutely would love it. It's plus 110 or 2.10 on the decimal. I'm kind of liking that, man. Moutet got rid of Mac McDonald, which I think is honestly, when he's in good form, he's playing just as well as someone like Alex Michelsen. So, if not better, I think the trickiness of Moutet on a hard court may be a bit too much for Michelsen here. Michelsen's 13-9. Moutet is 12-7. They've played just about the same amount of matches on the hard courts in their careers, about 130. But Michelsen has a 10% increased win rate at 65% to Moutet's 55%. So it's kind of leaning towards it going to a 3-setter here, isn't it? I kind of like this for today. It'll probably be some certified smoke. I'm looking forward to this match a lot. So if it isn't, I would go with Moutet on this one. I would go with Moutet. Maybe Moutet 2-1 would be a crazy bet, but I think that's possible as well. It's been a while since we had Moutet in a 3-setter. Last time he was in one was against Medvedev, and he played pretty well against that after dropping that first set. So we'll see. We'll see. I like Moutet winning though. If he got rid of if he's been able to get rid of Michelsen on other surfaces, he might have a bit of a struggle getting through it on Michelsen's best surface, but I still think he can get it done. So 3 sets for me on that one. Move on. Next, we have an interesting match. We have Tomas Etcheverry going against Felix Auger-Aliassime. And man, oh man, what the fuck has been going on with our boy Felix, man? What has been going on with our boy Felix? We saw him briefly in Toronto. Got straight setted by Fabian Marozsan, 6-4, 6-4. And then right before that, he was in Wimbledon, second round. Got beaten by Struff in 4. So Etcheverry's looking pretty good. He was going against the lefty Jerry Shang yesterday, and he went to 2 tie breaks and a 6-4 in the third set. Very impressive from Etcheverry, honestly. I think he's capable of getting a set off Felix here. It's priced at 1.7 on the decimal, minus 142. I like Felix dropping a set here. Etcheverry was playing really well. He's 7-7 on the hard courts this year. Hasn't really had a super crazy run on the hard courts. He's played under 100 matches on the hard courts. Etcheverry. Felix has won over 130. So just that alone is a bit shaky, right? If you're looking at how he played against Jerry Shang. Jerry Shang's played over 100 matches on the hard courts and still lost to this guy. Granted, he's coming off of an injury. That didn't seem to be the case. He looked really good yesterday. Jerry Shang looked very good. So next tournament, I'm hoping to see him sparking up a little bit, sharpen up a little bit with that form, and give us some wins in the next tournament. I would love to see Jerry Shang some more. But Etcheverry, I feel like he can get a set. I really do. I really do. Just because Felix is so untrustworthy, man. If he pulls up here and he starts taking like straight set wins, like what the fuck? Like what the fuck? I'm just gonna stay away from it because I don't even want to like have that going on my Saturday morning. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Up to you guys. We'll move on to the next one. Next we have Stefano Tsitsipas going against Fabian Marozsan. And these guys have actually yet to play each other. Thank goodness. We got a first head-to-head here. And it's going to be in a Masters. Interesting. Marozsan is 10-8 on the hard court. Tsitsipas is 9-6. They're both in the 60s. 62% win rate for Marozsan. 64% win rate for Tsitsipas. Hasn't been playing too well. Tsitsipas won in Dubai earlier this year. But since then, he hasn't been playing too well in Masters. The furthest he made it so far in a Masters this year was Indian Wells, and he lost in the 4th round against Rune, but he beat Berrettini in straights and Sabled Wild in straights. He lost to Sebastian Korda in straights in Miami. Dropped a set to O'Connell in Toronto, and ultimately went to a third and lost. So, Tsitsipas is someone that I'm like, dude, what are you doing up here? What are you doing up here? I think Marozsan is going to get the set, but he got rid of Colton Smith. It's not a big sample size to say he's doing too well on the hard courts as well. I might just steer clear of this match. I might just steer clear. What are the odds even? Let's see what the odds are for this match. Wow, it's even money? I would put the money on Marozsan. Minus 118? Are you fucking joking? Give me Marozsan for a set. For a set, bro. Minus 340. Fuck out of here. It's too close, man. Second round. I think Fabio Marozsan should be the one to win, just because I don't think that Tsitsipas is playing too well on the hard courts. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's been some time since we've seen him super good on the hard court, so I like Marozsan for a set. It's not priced too crazily, but it is. It's minus 340, 1.29 on the decimal. Not worth very much, but him winning is definitely where the money is at. That'll be at like 1.898 or some shit like that. 1.82. 1.85. Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on from that. Next, we have Pedro Martinez going against Tommy Paul. Interestingly enough. And these guys have played each other quite a few times. It's 1-4 in the head-to-head between them. Tommy Paul winning the last 4 times on every surface but the hard, where Pedro has beaten him in their first head-to-head. Crazy. So they're 50 ranks apart. Pedro is 66. Tommy Paul is 16. He did make it almost to that top 10 earlier this year in Australia, but looks like because he doesn't play too consistently, we're not going to get Tommy Paul in that top 10 level. Looks like he's been chilling a bit this year, playing when he wants to, honestly. We saw him about a month ago. Or was that 2 months ago? No, it was last month. We saw him a month ago in Wimbledon. Lost to Offner in 3 sets. Crazy shocker there. But we have him back. He's 10-5 on the hard courts, going against Martinez, who's 3-7. This is going to be a stupidly priced match. Paul's minus 1,100 to win. Him winning in straight sets would be minus 280. I literally would take him plus. I would take him 2-1 in this set just because it's his first. Actually, did he play first? He played in Cincinnati already. I'm sorry, that was Martinez. I would take Martinez just to get a set, but Tommy Paul wins plus 330. He took a set off Nicholas Jerry and ended up winning that. So lost that first set, but then came back and won. I think he may win the first set here. I think he may win the first set against Tommy Paul. It's plus 380. Holy shit. Him winning the first set is the equivalent of him. It's more than Tommy Paul winning 2-1. So it's a little bit. Not a little bit. It's a super risk. Tommy Paul is someone that comes back on the hard courts and does pretty well. But it's been some time. So we don't really see Tommy Paul get knocked out in the second round. He seemingly does just fine in those first few matches. He doesn't lose, but he will drop a set. He dropped a set to Bublik in Miami and to Christian Garin in Houston. So when coming back on a surface, he does give up a little bit of he has a little bit of a lull in that space. I think we could potentially get Pedro to cover a spread for us, or even get a set. I think Tommy Paul winning 3-1 is so crazy because it's like 4.3 on the decimal, plus 330. I like it for real. I like it. I know it sounds crazy, but I like it. I'm not going to play it, but I like it. So you can either go Pedro set 1 plus 380 or 4.8 on the decimal, or Tommy Paul plus 330, 4.3 on the decimal for him going 2-1. Up to you. Those are the two that I would go for, though. I wouldn't be a bitch about this match. I'd go for something risky just because it's worth it. Worth it. All right. Next, we have Coleman Wong going against Humbert. And this will be their first head-to-head. Coleman Wong, I don't know if you guys watched his match against Gio. He played in Pesci Pericard 2 days ago. Damn. He made that guy look so bad. He made that guy's serve look like nothing was happening on the court. He beat Gio 6-3, 6-2. He beat Gio 6-3, 6-2. Rune couldn't even beat him that badly. Like, no one's lost to him that badly in a very long time. He has not gotten beaten that badly in such a long time. So I think that with that performance, it could either have been just a shitty serving day for Gio, or he really was on his ass. Gio had 5 double faults. He double faults a lot though. So going against Ugo, who's yet to be on the hard courts yet this season. He's 6-5, by the way. Coleman Wong is 9-9, so he's having a better hard court season than Humbert so far. I like this guy taking a set, man. I like this guy to take a set off Ugo. Minus 168, or him covering the spread, maybe like a 5.5, just to like keep it safe. Even a 4.5, minus 270. I'm not mad at it, honestly. Not mad at that. Yeah, since Ugo hasn't been on the hard courts, I'm leaning more on the other person. That's how I usually go about that. If they haven't been on that surface that they're playing on today, and this is their first time, definitely look at the other person to get a set or cover a spread, or if they've been on the hard courts longer. So that's going to be my little move there. But let's move on to the next one. We got Thomas Machac going against Adrian Mannarino, and they have played each other once before, just last year. Thomas Machac broke our hearts last week. He lost in 3 sets to Riley Opelka, someone who we thought was gassed out after the first or second round, and he's still here. He still made it. Machac, it was his first match back on the hard courts, and we took him anyway because we were like, I said I'll be damned if Thomas Machac cannot beat Riley Opelka. And I'm damned. I was damned immediately. So, Mannarino has beaten Machac in straights last year. Machac has lost to Riley Opelka on his first match back on the hard courts. Not really a staunch conclusion on how good he is. It's his first match back, but going against Mannarino, who has been playing well. He beat Jordan Thompson, Dalibor Sverchina, and Mitchell Kruger in straight sets, only giving up, 5, 11, 14 games out of the past. So his current game record in this tournament is 36-14. He's got 36 games won to 14 given up. That's fucking impressive. The 37-year-old Mannarino. I would lean on Mannarino getting a set here because he's always been able to do it against Machac. But yeah, I think Mannarino can do that for us. I think he should be able to do that for us. I could be wrong. I like those odds for him. All right, what we got next? Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. Next, we have Gabriel Diallo going against Sebastian Baez. I'm going to love this. Sebastian Baez beat him in 3 sets. Tiebreak 6-2, 2-6. Baez wins. He beat Goffin 6-1, 6-3. We couldn't get a win from Diallo against Taylor Fritz. It was expected. And, it is what it is. You're going against number 4 in the world. But now you're going against someone higher up in the ranks than you, or lower in the ranks than you. You guys are 8 ranks apart. Diallo's 35. Baez is 43. We got a 1-4 record from Baez. His 1 win being on David Goffin. What the fuck? And then we have a 10-12 record from Diallo, who has lost to Fritz so far, Ben Shelton, and retired against Arthur Feast. Those have been his last hard court losses. So if you think that Sebastian Baez is going to remotely even give him any type of trouble, you're fried. I'm going to enjoy Diallo beating the brakes out of this guy today after he beat the brakes out of David Goffin. He's only minus 150 to win in straights, which is like, to me, I don't like that. I don't like that. You're better off taking him to go under 12 games. I don't see Baez pushing this to a fifth game in any of these sets. I'd even go under 9.5 in the first set. For sure under 10.5. Or I can just take the Diallo money line here. He's minus 480, right? Like, I would go for alternatives here, maybe. Oh, yeah, minus. So if you want to get it for a little lower, you can get him under 25 games in the match, and that's minus 205. So if you think that he'll beat him quickly, relatively quickly, I should say, that'll cover your bases pretty comfortably. If you think he beats him in under 6'4", 6'4", then take that. It's plus 156 or 2.5 on the decimal. So I like Diallo beating the brakes off of him. I don't know what the spreads would be looking like. A 6-2, 2-6 spread was what ended up happening in their last set, and then a tie break was in the first. So Baez did cover. I mean, whoever was behind was going to cover that. So that was on the clay, by the way. Don't think that happens here on the hard court. We'll see, though. We'll see. All right, next we got our boy. Welcome back, Yannick Sinner. Got our boy. Okay. So we have Yannick Sinner going against Daniel Galan. Daniel Alahi Galan. They are 143 ranks apart. Yannick Sinner being ranked number 1, and Galan being ranked number 144. Yannick Sinner is on a currently 7-match win streak after winning Wimbledon. And we have a 3-match win streak for Galan as he's gone through, beat Kopcheva in the first round in straight set 6-2, 6-4. Galan has a 4-2 record on the hard court this season. Yannick Sinner is 7-0. He's undefeated on the hard courts this year. He ended last season with 3 losses on the hard courts. So, and you can already guess who those losses were from. 2 from Alcaraz, 1 from Andrei Rublev. So, in Montreal, of all places. Sinner's going to destroy this kid. In their past head-to-heads, he did bagel him on indoor hard courts in the Davis Cup about 4 years ago. He beat him in Wimbledon in straight sets as well, but it went to a tie break. So the first set between them always ends up going over 10 games. It went to a tie break in their last match. If you're looking to get some exciting money out of this match, that's going to be where you're going to have to go. You're going to have to bet that it goes over 8.5 games. It's minus 144 for it to go over 8.5 games. That means that literally this guy's just got to get 3 games in the first set. Against Yannick Sinner, I think that's actually a bit fair. First match on the hard courts. I think he can hold for 3. I think he can hold for 3. He's done it in the past against him, but this 2 years ago, Yannick Sinner was not number 1 in the world, and he was not that good on the grass. He's now the Wimbledon champion. Didn't go to a single tiebreak except for against Ben Shelton in that entire tournament. So that's why you wouldn't go there. As far as the spread goes, 7 aces for it's plus money. I might bet on that. Sinner had 12 aces against them in their last head-to-head on in Wimbledon 2 years ago. Yeah. Let's see how Sinner does after coming off of like a tournament on a certain surface. So in Rome, he only had 1 ace after beating the AO, winning the AO. In the AO, he started his first match with 7 aces, though. Hard courts against Nicholas Jerry. I think he can get 7 aces on this cat. I really do. It's plus money. It's probably the only plus money thing you're going to be able to find for this match. Total aces at 9. I would take that. But I think Sinner getting 7 plus is a really, really fun play for today. Probably will play that in my Discord if I don't play it on my pinned comment today. So keep your eyes peeled and make sure you join the Discord. But we'll move on to the next. We only have like 4. Oh, we have 5 left. Jesus. Okay. Let's keep it pushing. Let's go. Very next, we have Zizou Bergs is going against Lorenzo Sonego. Whew. He's in for a tough one. We did see Zizou Bergs spark back into life a little bit, did we not? Sonego lost in 3 sets to Rublev in Toronto, so good on him. He's playing well. He beat the brakes off of Bu Ichikete. So Bergs won 6-1, 6-4 to Fernley. Fernley hasn't been looking too great, but he's been on a stinker. Lost to Emilio Nava and Dan Evans coming back onto the hard courts. And I saw him play. I saw him play against Dan Evans with my own eyes. And I was like, damn, Zizou, what's going on? So he's 13-9 this season on the hard court still, with a better record than Sonego. Sonego has had a set off of Rublev, so I feel like he can get a set here too. Right? Minus, he's the favorite to win. Honestly, I'd put I can see Sonego winning. It's just a little bit weird seeing that they haven't played each other, right? No head-to-head history. That and the fact that Bergs played really well in his last match against Fernley, which makes me think that maybe he's back a little bit. If he's back a little in the slightest bit, then it could be up for Sonego. It could definitely be up for Sonego. But I have faith in the Pitbull Sonego. He is better ranked, so he's dealt with it. I lean on the 30-year-old Italian here to see us through. All right, and that's all I'm going to do for that one. Next, we have Alejandro Davidovich Fokina going against João Fonseca. I'm excited for this one. This is going to be sick. Foki is back, and we now know for sure that he's trying to get to these finals and win. But ATP 500 final I think that's like his first win's going to come from one of those. I don't think he'll win a Masters. I don't think he'll win a Grand Slam. He's someone that has, in my mind, boatloads of stamina, like a Demonar, but he's Spanish, so it's just his like emotional energy that's just carrying him through. I think Foki wins, man. Fonseca was not convincing enough. He's not convincing enough. Foki literally if he had more in the tank against Rublev, I think he really he could have beaten him there in that 3rd set back in Toronto. Getting rid of Minchik and Moutet in straight sets is really strong. He's someone that if you look at how and who he's playing, if they're a child, if they're a teenager, he's dog walking them. He don't got time for that bullshit, bruh. Foki be on grown man time. He is 19-10 this season. Fonseca is 18-4 on the hard courts. It's just like, why though? I don't understand. I don't understand. He got to the second round in Melbourne. He won the Canberra Challenger, so he's a challenger threat. He beat Bublik in the Phoenix Challenger in March, but when you put him on the big stage, it's not going. He needs some more time, and that's completely fine. He's 19 years old, but if you're asking me who I'm going with today, out of the two, I'm going with Foki, bruh. Minus 158. He's always a good price too, so we'll definitely be looking at Foki today. If he gets done in straights, I'd be so impressed. I'd be honestly so impressed. Plus 160. My God. 2.6 in the decimal. All right. Yeah, I like Foki money line. Foki money line. All right, next we have... Oh, our boy is back. Our boy is back. I think we see our boy. I think we... See him. We got Flavio Cobolli going against Terrence Atmane. Welcome back, Flavio Cobolli. We've missed you. We will not falter on you in the first rounds here. We'll definitely give you some action. Atmane and Cobolli, this will be their first head-to-head. Terrence is 21-13 on the hard course this season, with a lot of those wins being challenger wins in the final as well. He has a few challenger titles this season on the hard court. He has about 2. Didn't play too well in Toronto, but he's looking really good here. Been winning in straight sets. But Flavio Cobolli, in my opinion, the kid is just as good as Ben Shelton. When he's playing as well as he could play, he is just as good as Ben Shelton. So, if you think that Flavio Cobolli is going to be losing to Terrence Atmane, I disagree. I don't, and let me be clear about this. I'm not saying that he is as good as Ben Shelton. I'm saying that on the days that he's playing well, those guys are just as good as each other. I'm not saying he's better than him. Not in the remote, not in the slightest. After we've seen what Ben did in the final, they're not the same player. They're not comparable. But when he's playing well, he's just as good as Ben. We saw that 6'4", 4'6", 7'6". As close as you can get without it being a triple tiebreak. So Cobolli is 6-9 on the hard courts. Atmane is 21-13. Cobolli is still minus 370 to win this. And winning in straights is minus 125. I say maybe he covers a spread. 1.5. 2.5. It's at 3. It's at 3.5. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know here. That first set could go over 10 games. But I'm too iffy to take the Cobolli spread. His money line is a little bit too for me. Minus 370. What can we do with that? Like the fuck. 1.27. Can't do nothing with that. Yeah. Let's see, parlay specials. Plus 230 for him to get a point in every game of the match. Flavio Cobolli, he could do it against Terrence Atmane. I think he could do that shit. But I'm not going to bet on it. let's move on. Next, we have Big Foe going against Carballes Baena. About time. About time, about time. Let's see what Big Foe got for us. In the first head-to-head between Francis Tiafoe and Roberto Carballes Baena. Should be interesting. Tiafoe is 9-7 on the hard courts this season, and RCB is 7-7. So Tiafoe just has 2 more wins on this guy. But 18.5% increased win record on the hard courts, though. RCB has played about 120 matches. Tiafoe has lost 134 matches and won 192. So hard court experience is going to be trumping RCB, I could imagine, here. Tiafoe is one of the smarter players on tour. He's minus 480. He does take a while to get into matches. He's a bit shaky when it starts out. When you catch him in a hot form, like winning in straight sets, it's really rare for Tiafoe to do that, honestly. We don't see Tiafoe winning in straights often. Like, him beating Cobolli was crazy. But yeah, it looks like other than him getting beaten by Ben Shelton, Tiafoe has gone to a 3-setter in most of his matches. First rounders, second round, he always goes to it. His first match in most of these tournaments, in the past few he's been in, he has gone to a 3rd set and won. Tiafoe winning 2-1, it's plus 300. 4.0 on the decimal. I think I might fuck with it today. I might fuck with it. The late night match too in America. Let me get Tiafoe, man, for a 3-set win. Let me get Tiafoe for a 3-set win. Let's see if he can get it done for us. Big Foe. And last but not least, we have our last match of the evening, and this is going to be. I'm sad to say these two, but we got Emilio Nava going against Taylor Harry Fritz. God damn it, and God damn it. They've played each other once before. Taylor Fritz beat the brakes off of him, 6-4, 6-1 in Miami 2 years ago. Yeah, Emilio, I'm sorry, man. It looks like it's going to end here. I don't think you get a set on Taylor Fritz. You've been playing really well. You haven't dropped a set yet. Maybe you push that first game, that first set to like 10 games. We can hope for that, right? On American soil, you should have people rooting for you. It going to 10 games in the first set is minus 180. Going to 12 games is plus 150. I can really see a 7-5 win in the first set, though, for Fritz. I can also see a 6-3 win for Fritz, though, so I'd stay away. That's both under a tiebreak, which is minus 350. 1.27 on the decimal. So, did we take that? Did we take... Taylor Fritz winning in straights is minus 195. And winning outright is minus 750. They're just not worth it, man. The spread is 4.5. Sure. Sure, he covers. I don't know if Nava can keep it within 5 games against Taylor Fritz. I think that level is a little bit too high for him. The ceiling's a little bit too tough. Minus 2.5 on the game spread for Taylor Fritz is really nice. Same price, 1.25 on the decimal. Total games, no idea. So that wraps up everything. I'm going to have to look staunchly at what we have and give a good look. It's a lot of matches today. I'm going to get it uploaded for you guys as soon as possible. I will catch you guys in the next one, though, all right? But before I do that, don't forget, we're going to definitely talk a little bit about futures. Let's see how Sinner's looking today. and then tomorrow we'll see how Alcaraz is looking, and then we make our decision, right? We got to see how both these guys is looking before we just say outright this. We got to see who else is out here. And that's how I like to go about it. But we do have a fair amount of things to look forward to today. A lot of value on the board. I'm going to have to do some thinking about what's the smartest things to be playing because there is quite a few about matches. I'm looking at Michelsen and Moutet. I'm looking at Sinners, Aces. I'm looking at Foki's money line, Diallo winning in straights. I'm looking at Tiafoe winning 2-1. Cobolli. So we'll see what we get going for today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for sticking around and watching the videos. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Take care.